What's going on, everybody? George Jose back at it again with another video. You know what we're about to get into. We're still following the trial of the century. My cat's even here. My cats are even here for this trial. I got a cat. All right. Go on, son. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. This Diddy trial. Let's get into it. Shout out to CNN for these spark notes over here. Okay. This time they're drawing Cassie less pregnant. That's what's up. After 2 days, the prosecution's questioning. Okay. Cassie faced tougher interrogations Thursday under cross examinations from Diddy's legal team. Okay. Ventura testifies for about 5.5 hours. Yo, they be putting this girl to work. I gotta say, nobody got more stamina than Cassie. About her sex with Combs, whether anyone else knew about their drug-fueled sex parties known as freak-offs, and Combs' own problems with opioids. Okay, so I think I alluded earlier, but I think they both were sharing drugs. You know, that's how it is. You know that your relationship is strong when you and the shorty you with are doing the same drugs. Until she start taking different drugs. That's how you know something's off. Okay, enough of me. So she's the star witness, and pled not guilty. Blah blah blah. Okay, now they're getting into the weeds. They're reading these text messages out loud. And it starts off interesting. I'm a very lucky woman, Ventura wrote to Combs in January 2008. Wow, this timeline is crazy. So this is what, a couple years after getting peed on, I suppose. I miss you so much. I fly wherever you need me, whenever. I love you. Woo! Okay. Then the messages got sexually explicit. I'm always ready to freak off. The double LOL. A year later in '09. Jeez. Jury showing these messages from 2012 reminiscent on past freak offs. Okay. I wanna That's a red flag to me. Whenever people bring up the past out of nowhere, it's not always because they want to reminisce. They may be trying to get at something a little bit deeper when they start to reminisce, especially about something so controversial as these freak offs. So I personally don't think that's a good indicator that she enjoyed every session there. Personally, we'll continue though. How they enjoyed when they made love after one of them. Interesting. Ventura confirmed she and Cole had a conversation about the swinger lifestyle, knowing it was very different from the freak offs. So there was levels to this couple here. In 2017, yo, we're skipping crazy amounts of years. Crazy amounts of years. Ventura wrote that she enjoyed freak offs when we both wanted. I would say love and freak offs were just words at that point, she testified Thursday. I, I see why she'll say that. Some other messages expressed her hesitancy with the freak offs. Last time was a mistake, but since has made me feel a little dirty and grimy as opposed to sexual and spontaneous. That's the only reason why I go back and forth in my mind with wanting and not wanting to do it. She wrote to him in '09. Yo, these timelines are crazy, man. I got nervous that I'm just becoming the girlfriend that you get your fantasies off with, and that's it. Damn. In '09, I think he was married to a whole nother woman. You was a side piece at best. Of course you're the fantasy girl. Why can't you accept these roles, ladies? Some messages also showed her frustrations with her relationship with Combs. I never seem to make the right decisions to you, she wrote in '07. A few weeks after her 21st birthday, Victoria testified Combs kissed her for the first time at that party. I'm really hurt by the way you deal with me, she wrote with him in 2010. I don't need your money. I need attention. I am thankful, but I can pay for these things myself with your money. Ventura agreed that they had an open communication, although she testified it was usually a go one way street. She would send messages being open about her feelings more often than he would, she explained. Well, of course, he's better than you. My cat want to be all up in the video. Again, she didn't tell employees or friends about freak offs. Okay. Ventura acknowledged she never told her friends or any of Combs' staff members about the freak offs. Ventura said she definitely didn't want his staff to know about them. Assistants will often set up the hotel rooms beforehand, she said, but she didn't recall a staff member walking in during a freak off session. Still, she said her friends knew Combs physically abused her, sometimes because they witnessed it themselves. She also told her parents and her brother about the abuse at different points, she testified. Right. In 2012, he overdosed on painkillers? Didn't know that. He OD'd on painkillers in 2012 for a time had an addiction to opioids. He and Victoria had a freak off and went to a sex club before Combs went without her to a party at a Playboy mansion. Later that night, she took him to the hospital where they learned he experienced an overdose. What he told me, he took a very strong opioid that night, but we didn't know what was happening, so we took him to the hospital. Avesto, the defense attorney, asked a series of questions regarding Combs' use of opioids and his mood when he was not using them. Okay. I think I alluded to this one earlier, but when two people are on drugs and things get real hectic and crazy, it makes the abuse claims more difficult, right? Hold up. Throw my band up. It makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think that's what the defense are trying to portray here. This could muddy the waters a little bit. They could say that he was not himself. He's a drug addict with lots of money, an endless supply of men and women to satisfy all his sexual fantasies. He brought you with him because he cared about you the most. He didn't do it because he was a pimp. He did it because he liked being vulnerable around you. ah, he was extremely dependent on his opioids, though, right? For a time. He's very upset if his opioids were taken away from him. Yes. Combs often said he didn't remember physically abusing her because he was inebriated when he did. Ventura confirmed when asked. She acknowledged getting high on drugs was at a time parts of the appeal of freak offs, and they called each other get high partners. Yeah, I think I have a video for this. Mm-hmm. I know where I'm going with this one. He don't even remember the physical abuse. Why you hit me like that?
Because you hit me, man. That was weeks ago, motherfucker. I'm crying. Well, that was today. And I see that he totally really forgot. I hit you tonight. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Okay, let's continue. Ventura said Combs was explosive at times when he found out that she was doing drugs with her friend or took his drugs without him knowing. I know why. We weren't getting high, or if it wasn't doing it with him, it was a problem, she said. That's right. Because he know that you can't be monogamous, which is Diddy, Diddy, man. Making a lot of mistakes. A lot of them. I don't understand them. It's a weird guy to figure out, that's for sure. Stavo reviewed text messages that she said suggest Combs was getting through withdrawals in the days before the 2016 assault. Ventura testified that she does not remember him going through withdrawal at the time, but she acknowledges the text appeared to suggest he was sick at the time. See, look at this little narrative they're trying to build. I don't know if it'll work though, but you know, the defense has said the case is really about jealousy. And on Thursday, sought to show that Combs and Ventura's arguments usually came when he suspected her of cheating. Okay, so they had an open relationship with rules. And I suppose some of these rules were you don't do drugs without me. You don't slop on any knobs without me. There has to be a better way to word that one. But it's Diddy. I don't know. I don't know. What a puzzling man. Ventura testified that she has some jealousy of Kim Porter, the late model and actress who shared 3 of Combs' children. Ventura also says she was really upset when she learned Combs was spending time with the woman referred to as Gina in April 2014. Yeah, in earlier videos, I suspected that Cassie wanted to have Diddy's children. And I think he got other women pregnant. And she wanted to have his kids. That's why she did all this. At least that's what I speculate. And he didn't give that to her. So why would he make her think? See, man, this is why he's puzzling. This is why I don't know. See, I don't know. Let's keep going. Ventura said they argued multiple times about Combs getting back together with Gina and argued about other women. Combs was often suspicious that she was romantically involved with other men, Ventura said, testifying he expected her to exclusively date him despite his own entanglements with many women over the years. To add that his jealousy triggered his temper, it was scary, she said. Ventura testified that Combs was irate when he learned she was briefly dating Kid Cudi in 2011. Ventura said she broke it off with Cudi. Combs assaulted her and threatened her more violence on her and the rapper. Okay. So assaulted her and threatened more violence on her. Okay. Women on social media would often claim to have a relationship with Combs, Ventura testified. Have often enough that I don't know. I would remember every single one. She has nothing left to say. The court has taken a number of steps to ensure Ventura's testimony is completed by Friday, hoping to wrap it up before the pregnant pop singer gives birth. Ventura is due to deliver her 3rd child next month. She wanted to give 3 babies to Diddy. In a discussion late Wednesday about whether to end Ventura's testimony 45 minutes early, prosecutor Maureen Comey laid out her concern. This witness is very, very pregnant. We're afraid that she could have the baby over the weekend. According to court-provided transcripts of the exchange, we want her off the stand before the weekend, and we believe 45 minutes could make a difference. is this person saying this shit? I just want to know. Oh, okay. Comey. She's the daughter of James Comey. What do we know James Comey for? Name for that familiar. Okay, so I think he was a never Trumper. You see this related article here? I am going to click on it because after all this testimony, I don't believe a single word in that article. All right. I didn't even read it. I'm like, yeah, I know it's going to be BS. The court previously issued guidance that proceedings will stretch until 5 p.m. for the first week of testimony, but the following weeks will only last until 3. Lunch breaks, generally hour long, have been condensed to 30 minutes. On Thursday, the defense gave Ventura an iPad with exhibits to review during the lunch break in an effort to speed things up. Interesting. The judge told the defense team they need to complete their cross examinations around lunch Friday, but left open the possibility of granting them additional time if needed. He wants to have Ventura off the stand Friday. The direct took a day and a half, so the defense will have a day and a half. So you have today and you have tomorrow morning. Combs has appeared engaged with his attorneys in the testimony in court. During the question of Ventura about text messages, Combs wrote notes on orange sticky notes and passed one after another to his attorney sitting beside him. He also spoke during the break briefly with Stavo, the attorney handling the cross examination. His attorneys have indicated they value speaking to him in a sidebar conversation on Wednesday afternoon, recorded in a court transcript. Defense attorney Mark Agnifio asked the court to push the start of cross-examination to Thursday morning so they could have time to speak with Combs. We need to talk to him. It's not nothing, but 45 minutes with him, our time is very limited because he's incarcerated. We would have cherished having an additional 45 minutes to speak to him and get prepared for the long cross. Okay. Okay. That's what happened the other day. I think the Danny the Kane lady is gonna be next. What do we have here? They need more. I think they need more. When they said Homeboy was talking to the lawyers, I thought of this man right here. He lost, by the way. Okay. I don't think Cassie's going to give birth over the weekend. Actually, it's baby number 3, though. How spaced out are these pregnancies? She has 2. Yeah, 19, 21, and 2025. So, no, I don't think the babies are going to fall right out of her. It's a large enough gap in between the kids. I don't think that at all. The text messages of her being enthusiastic about the freak offs. She alluded that she was excited about the freak offs when she said that was the only thing she felt like he liked about her. So that shouldn't surprise anyone. That's why I'm like, I think they need a little bit more. They didn't really catch her in anything that, you know, puts any holes in her argument. She was as honest as she could be. And maybe they're trying to pull at this jealousy angle. And that makes me, if the jealousy thing they think is going to work, it gives me some insight on the type of jurors there. And if jealousy angle is what they attempting to discredit Cassie, boy, Diddy's in big trouble. Big, big, big trouble. In my opinion, jealousy should not be a reason to exhibit bad behavior. Don't care that you're jealous. No, he's a billionaire. You are not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too impressed by Diddy's lawyers right now. Or maybe the case against him is so bad. You know, like he's there for a Rico. You know, like I think their argument is like this is not no criminal organization. This is a man who is a drug addict who has insecurities, but yet at the same time wants to see his woman pounded out by men dabbling in homosexual behavior while on drugs. We'll see. All right, that's enough of that. We'll continue this another day. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you see this. I'll be back soon.